Everybody, well, I've been down for 2 weeks, and I got a new gooseneck hitch installed. It's pretty nice, and I got new airbags too. And the airbags have a little remote, and so I can inflate them without having to grab an air compressor and screw around. I can just set the PSI I want, and I'm good to go, which is pretty freaking cool. All right, I'm gonna do a quick oil change here. Get ready. In the morning, I've got let's see, I've got two chassis trucks without beds, and I'm just gonna get oil all over my hand here. Actually, I have a Fumitomo valve I'm going to install here in a minute. No more oil on my hands after that. So I'm gonna put that in. Oil change. Airbags are pretty freaking cool. It's got a little remote. And so kind of what I found out was a couple of things. One, I'm ruining my front tires because I got too much weight in the back of the truck. And then the second thing is the rubbing I'm hearing that I thought it was a wheel bearing is actually the drivetrain having a tough time dealing with all the weight. So I think these new airbags, I think this is going to be a good thing all around. So, all right, let's let this oil drain out. Since it's got almost 4 gallons, I'm going to let it drain for a little while. Get the oil off of my hand, and get the oil filter out of here as well, and get some new oil in the truck. And then I've got to get ready for tomorrow. Got a couple things to add into the truck here. Got to get my Dometic in, and my clothes and some other stuff, and I can pick up tomorrow. I'm a little nervous because it's Blitz week, so I might actually avoid the interstate, just go down 90 all the way out to Houston, because I think I'm dropping south of Houston anyway, so it's not like it doesn't make sense to do that or whatever. It looks like we're almost drained out. I'm gonna let that drain for a little while longer, and then we'll poke a hole in this bad boy here and let it drain out. Fill her up with oil. What kind of oil do you guys use? I use in the 7.3s I use Schaefer's, and if I had more of a following, I'm sure this would create a million comments. But yeah, I use Schaefer's, and I also do diesel fuel additive. I use OptiLube, and that's what I'm using in both 7.3s here, the truck for work and the Excursion. So yeah, maybe I'll get under here and show you the airbags. Let me see if I can go get a good shot of them. Oh, let me see if I can get a shot of the bags here. There they are. Right on the frame. And right down into the axle here. So lots happened. Here you can see the new hitch too up there. So a lot's happened past 2 weeks. Lost my glasses, that sucks. Here's the compressor. It's neat, pretty cool. Lost my glasses, but bought new ones. Oh, I got the AC fixed, and so it's blowing super cold now. And I also put in a PHP Hydra chip, mostly so that I could do high idle to keep the truck cool, since we're getting into 100-degree days here in beautiful Texas. But I do. It's going to give me a little bit more power than the Banks tune that I was running. So I'm curious about that tomorrow. So we're going to leave super early in the morning, head out. I've got 2 trucks with no beds, I think, heading out to Houston, and then we're going to do probably 3 cars back for Fred, and then I've got 3 cars just San Antonio to kind of fill out the day. And that's what we're gonna do for the rest of the week. It's Wednesday. I don't have a whole heck of a lot more time left. My compressor's small, pretty quiet too when it's running. So anyway, that's tomorrow. It's gonna be a little bit nerve-wracking, because I really don't, I want to get involved with Blitz week. I just don't want to spend the time, and they're gonna find something. And I don't think my windshield wiper, I don't think my washers are working right now. I think all the lines are just toast. So I'm sure that's one thing that they could get me on. But yeah, instead of just talking to you and aiming the camera at the compressor, why don't we get the rest of this oil change knocked out and get the truck ready for tomorrow. The filter full of oil here. I'll get the old one off. I'm just draining it under there. Hey, so I'm gonna give this a try. It's my drain plug. It's kind of cool. You just I mean, it's nothing new, but I've never tried it before. Let's get this filled up here, and we'll get it in. Glug, 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 glug. Anyways, has anybody used one of those valves? I'm curious. Let me know if so. Let that soak in for a minute. Alright, I'm gonna get the old one off. I drained it. Put the new one on. Let's get the oil in here, and then I'll throw this bad boy on. And then kids want to play a game, so let's go do that. Alright, done under the truck. Let's get her filled up. About 14, 15 quarts will do it. And then we got to get our OptiLube box filled up. And I got to get the Dometic cleaned. And I'm getting closer to being ready for tomorrow. I get these filled up here. I like this Opti box. It lets me put on my diesel fuel additive, and it's got a little O-ring, so I just kind of close it, and all the smell and everything stays in there. It's awesome. Alright, I'm gonna get these filled up, and then I'm gonna get the oil that I just drained out of the truck here over to AutoZone, and then I gotta clean out the Dometic and get it in the truck, and we'll get some food ready. And what else? Oh, clothing. I'll pretty much be ready for tomorrow. Hey guys, it's about 7 a.m. on Thursday. I'm going to go top off the fuel tank here, and we're going to go grab the trailer, do an inspection, and we're going to head over to a place I've never been before. It looks like it's a dealer of trucks that just have the cabin chassis. And we're going to go ahead and get 2 of those, and we're going to bring those out to Houston today. Now, it is Blitz week, and so I'm not sure if I'm going to take the highway. I might take 90. I think it all depends on whether or not because I think this is going to bring me right up to my weight limit, these 2 trucks. And I don't know how much I want to be hassled today. I'm going to try to make it back home, and even if I go through an inspection, that's going to kind of mess that up. So I'm going to mess up my timing. I have just about enough time to get these trucks, bring them out, drop them, get 3 cars from the auction, and bring them back out here. So for Fred. So I don't know. We're gonna see. I've never taken 90 all the way out there. I suppose doing that will also eat up a lot of time as compared to the highway. Maybe today's the day I learn how much longer it takes. Let's go fuel up. Let's do a quick inspection, and we're gonna go ahead with this on here. I mean, I don't know if it needs any air, but I'm gonna spend quite a bit of time playing around with it. So we'll go ahead and put 20 PSI into the bags, and gonna let that do its thing. All right, I'm gonna do my inspection, and then let's go get these trucks. It's Blitz week, so I don't want to mess around here. I've got 2 of these trucks on, and I just went through the scale. Let's see who we weigh, make a decision about how we're gonna get there. Off the scale, and my weight's a little bit too close. I just don't want to play it. I don't want to play any games today. So I'm going to take alternate 90 out to Houston. I've never done it before. Let's see how long it takes. GPS is saying I should be there around 1 o'clock if I were to take the interstate. So, you know, even if I get there an hour later, 2 o'clock, that's not bad. So play it safe in the DOT. Blitz weekends today, so tomorrow I should be a little bit safer. Well, I made my little strategic roundabout detour, so to speak. Yeah, I mean, you know, listen, I don't suggest doing anything illegally. I really don't. I try to do everything legally, but I will say I think I'm probably, you know, I don't intend on driving a truck. I'm trying to build a business here, and I'm gonna have other drivers, but you know, I might end up just going for my CDL, because I think it'll be handy to have one. And in cases like this where I'm close or a smidgy over or whatever, I think that it'll make me feel better. Also, once I've got more drivers, if I need to get out and move some trucks around or do whatever, I'll just be able to do that. So I think having a CDL might come in handy. started looking into it a very little bit last week, so when I get back tomorrow, I'm going to take a look at it over the weekend and Monday and try and make a determination as to what I want to do there. But I will say this, the airbags in the back, major difference, game changer. I've got a couple of game-changing things going on. I've got the airbags. I have, and obviously I've got the new hitch, but you know, that's not going to really change the way the truck drives unless it completely failed. So I just feel more safe about the new hitch. But also the Hydra chip in the tow tune it's just so much better. It's so much more drivable than just the regular Banks tuning that I had. So I'm really happy about that. But the airbags in the back, and I'll tell you what, that rubbing noise I heard was probably the drivetrain. Maybe it was, it just didn't like the rear end sagging as much as it was. I have no idea yet how many PSI to put into these airbags. So I have currently, right now, just checking, I've got 70 pounds, 70 PSI. I don't know if that's too much, but it feels great, and the truck is not squatting at all. And I'm pretty heavy. So, I'm really, really excited about that. Really happy with that. Alright, well, I guess the other thing is heading back to the highway. I should be back there in about 2 miles. That'll get me there faster. Should be there a little after, probably between 1:30 and 2, looks like. Do a fuel stop, probably 2 o'clock. Fred actually moved all his cars, so he doesn't have anything. So once I get back on the highway, I'm gonna take a look and see if we can book some stuff back to San Antonio. Preferably one stop, that'd be great. But we'll see what happens here. They're wetting the road, so they must be getting ready to pave it or something over here. All right, let's get out to Houston. Let's be safe and get these 2 trucks dropped off. Coolio, I've got 3 cars back to San Antonio from Houston with a brand new broker. One that wouldn't work with me until I was 90 days, which I hit 2 weeks ago. So that's great news. We're going to drop these trucks off and we'll get those and start heading back. And then I've got 3 in San Antonio to mess around with tomorrow, and that's it. Only working 2 days this week, so we'll start hitting it hard again next week. Oh, we're just stopping in Love's here for a little fuel stop, just outside of Houston. Unfortunately, those 3 cars that I got from the new broker, they called me back and said, "Oh, we thought you were all set up, but you still need to go through a management approval process." So they ripped them away from me. So I don't have anything back. Fred said all of his customers are purchasing cars today, so they may have some later. So I'm gonna kind of hang on for that. I will say this: the Hydra chip, and I've got one on my Excursion, but just keeping it in high idle while it's, you know, 90, 95, 98 degrees out here outside of Houston, it kept the cab of the truck so cool. Running at a high idle, come back in, the tow tune is just so much better than the Banks tune was. And I knew that I was gonna get the Hydra chip for this truck at some point, but man, I'll tell you what, the Hydra chip and the airbags, wow, what a difference. That, and I've got the new brake controller and this thing is really doing well. I feel very good. I feel a lot more secure with that new hitch too. So we're just waiting for this guy to back into a spot, and then we're gonna head out. I've got 57.5 miles to go to get these trucks over to the dealership. All right, those trucks are dropped off. Not too bad. It is 3:15, and I have 2 cars up at Hobby right now. We'll see if I can get another one, although I am tempted not to mess around too much today because of DOT. I'll be honest. You know, I'm still non-CDL right now, and I don't want to mess around too much here with weight. Usually down here in Texas, it just doesn't matter.
At the next traffic light, turn right onto North Alvin bypass.
Today, it might matter. All right, heading to Hobby. It's 15.4 miles. I have 2 cars right now. Fred was checking to see if he had another one he wanted to throw in that last slot.
Now turn right.
I may not take it. Depends on how I'm feeling about my weight. I've got a Silverado 1500 and a 2017 Mustang to pick up as of right now, and both of them can be delivered in the morning, and I should be good to pick up and deliver. I should be good to pick up and get home at a somewhat decent hour. So, all right, let's go to Hobby.
In 1,000 feet, turn right and then turn right.
Oh, we're at Hobby. So I still have at least 2 here. And let's let this guy go. And I'm still not sure if I'm going to try and pick up a 3rd today. I just don't, again, I don't know if it's worth messing around with my weight. So let's, not today anyway, not during Blitz week. The DOT is just out checking everybody this week. That's what Blitz week is, by the way. They're talking about tire pressure, but really what's going on is they're just using tire pressure kind of as an excuse to run as many inspections as they can, and while they're doing that, they're going to fine as many people as they can, and they're going to find something always. So alright, there's a couple spots here today. To do the turnaround while I'm not loaded. Okay, we are parked. Throw it into high idle. I think during the summer here, I'm just gonna leave it running because it gets so hot out. I don't have an external temperature gauge in this truck. Something I'd like to get, but let me just check. Yeah, okay. 93 degrees. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Alright, I got 2 gate passes. Let me just check. I'm just going to check the load boards here real quick. just to see what's available. If I can pick up like a Civic or something, maybe I will. I don't know, a little nervous. A little nervous about Blitz week. Alrighty, let's go walk over and get the 2 gate passes printed. I think I'm gonna grab the Mustang first because the Mustang does not have after hours drop off. And it's a little lighter than the truck. So we'll throw that up on top. Oh, my phone's ringing. Oh, that's my wife. Yeah, there's a black Mustang. Let's see if that's my black Mustang. Yeah, that's the one. All right. Yes, I know I didn't put my seatbelt on. Relax. Relax. Oh, let's see. What do we got here? It's always fun to do some car spotting. Nothing too fun. Run-of-the-mill stuff. Every now and then you see something super cool. It makes you go, oh, there's a Maserati. Now they're pieces of shit anyway. They only sound cool. And I mean, they probably sound cool from the exhaust, but they only sound cool. Alright, well, nothing fun to look at. Let's get in line. This is classic. This one just ran out of gas, literally sitting here. Oh, this is good. This is good. It had just enough fuel to get me here. So far I've got these two out, the Mustang and the Colorado. So now my challenge is, I should have checked, because the last truck I've got to get, the GPS location's not right on the tracking app. And I know what lot it's in because it's on the release, but I didn't catch that before I brought both of these two cars out. So I could have been sitting in one of them with the AC on, trying to find the other car, and now I'm just gonna be out in the blistering heat here. That's not too blistering, it's like 93 or something. Looking for it. It's really not too bad. I'm complaining for no reason. Let's go find it. We're gonna get some steps in. You know, I was just thinking I should have like a little go backpack where I have things that I might need with me, jump pack, stuff like that, just so I can swing on the backpack while I'm going out looking for a car. It's got what I need in it. If I can't jump it, I've got that. Maybe some water, maybe a compass. Instead of getting lost, I can use the compass to figure out absolutely nothing. All right, well, we're gonna start just walking up and down this 800 lot here. Oh, hopefully it doesn't take me too long. Let me see here. We're looking for a 2020 Chevy 1500, and it's black. So this could either be 2 minutes or 45. Let's see which one it is. You know, I see a black Chevy over there. Maybe I'll just go over and take a look. Nope, that's a GMC. Never mind. Never mind. Well, I've walked almost this whole lot, and I have not found a black Silverado with the right VIN. I don't know if it's here. There's still a little bit more back there, so we'll go back there. Here's a black Silverado. Maybe we're gonna get lucky here. Let's see. Come on, baby. Oh, snap. This is the one. All right. I got the Silverado. We're gonna drop that off tonight. Got the Mustang and the Colorado. Gonna drop off that Mustang in Colorado tomorrow before we go get the other cars, which I have to pick up at 10. So it's gonna be a tight squeeze. Let's do it. Got a lot of activity going on right next to me. Cut it hard here. All right, I think we're gonna be all right. Yeah, we're gonna be all right. Okay. Let's head to San Antonio. Nice to be in the AC. One of my waters, the only one I had left, freaking spilled all over the inside of the Dometic, so I don't have that water. So
At the next stop sign, turn left.
man, I
onto
gotta tell you, I
Airport
wish I did
Boulevard.
though. 6 o'clock. It says I'm gonna hit the drop off for the Silverado by 9:30. It's not bad, which I won't. It'll be an hour later than that at least, but it's all right. It's also not
Now
the
turn left.
greatest part of town, but gonna have to see how we feel once we get nearby. I certainly don't want to get in any trouble late at night in San Antonio, but it's really not in a good part of town. Now, that being said, if I have to drop off 3 tomorrow morning and then try to get to my 10 o'clock appointment, that's going to be tough. So, I don't know. Maybe I should have set my time a little bit later. But I didn't. I hate places that make you have a pickup time, because it's hard to keep the pickup time. They know that. All right. Off to San Antonio with
Next
us.
traffic light, turn left onto McCall.
Oh, well, I ran out of hours. So I know you can't see it, but I got all 3 cars with me. I'm parked just up the street from my house. I'm gonna grab my pillows and we'll just head out early in the morning and drop these cars. I've got 3 cars to bring to Manheim and San Antonio tomorrow. 2 of them are at a repo lot that made me set an appointment, and I set the appointment for 10 o'clock in the morning. So we've got to ditch these 3 cars before 10 o'clock in the morning. We've got to ditch them, and I've got to have I got to get there. So I'm gonna get in the house here and figure out what that's gonna take, and then get some rest. See you guys in the morning. Good morning. We got some happy birds out here. I don't know if the microphone here is picking them up, but Some very happy birds. All right, it's just a little after 6. And for me to get these 3 dropped off, they're kind of sprinkled across San Antonio. So it's gonna be about, I think, 70 or 80 miles, unfortunately, to drop them all off and then get to that repo yard that made me set an appointment. The thing about setting an appointment is you just never know. You never know when to set it. So, like, you're gonna try your best, but I hate setting appointments to pick up cars, like exact appointments. I can do a range, you know, between 10 and 2. That works. I can do that. But to be there exactly at 10, it just sucks. All right. Get this out. Another good news. Yesterday, I got a message that my new pair of glasses are ready to pick up. So, man, it'd be great to go do that at the end of the day today. Because shortly after I ordered my glasses, my new glasses, I lost my old pair. Put them down in the house, and they just disappeared. And it's the weirdest thing. Neither my wife or I can find them. All right, I'm gonna get the rest of the wheel chocks, get the oil burner fired up here. We'll get the new driver log ready. And let's get out of here and drop these.
Right.
My neighbors don't really like it when I park the truck overnight next to my house, and I understand it. It's actually not my direct neighbors, but some of the people in the neighborhood don't like it, and they've expressed that to me, and I get it. And I actually bought a whole separate parking spot for the truck. But since the truck was being worked on, I had the truck, so I brought it over to get the trailer yesterday to put in my 2 days of work here this week. Next week we'll get back to a full week. And but the timing just worked out where, you know, I would have dropped it at the parking lot last night, but I didn't have my car there. So I would have had to catch an Uber home, and I just didn't feel like it, so I parked it on the street, just down the street from my house. And when I do that, I always try my best to leave the neighborhood quietly, which is impossible with a 7.3. You just can't tiptoe out of a neighborhood with a 7.3. And I can't exactly feather it because I have 2 trucks and a car on the trailer, so it's heavy. Anyway, we're on the road. Let's go drop off the, let's see, what are we dropping off? We're gonna drop off the Silverado first. It's on the back, and then we'll drop them the Colorado. Well, we'll drop the Colorado next, I think. The Mustang's in the way, so we'll have to get that off and put it back on, only because I know that the first 2 trucks I can drop off early. The other one, I think I gotta drop off while the guy's there, so let's go get it.
Now turn left.
I dropped off the Colorado. I didn't film it because I'm a little bit in a hurry this morning. It's 7:35. I'm gonna be up to the next drop at 8 o'clock, but I have a little bit of traffic. Fortunately, it's only about 13 miles from here, so get around this traffic, and then I've got to pull the Mustang off first to get the Colorado down. We're gonna drop off the Colorado, and then we'll put the Mustang back on as quickly as possible and get over to the last drop. Drop that one, and then get over to the repo yard. So I've got 2 to pick up from the repo yard. And then we've got 1 from, I think, a dealership. And then those are all going to Manheim here in San Antonio. So we're staying in San Antonio today. By the time I'm done with all that, I'll check. It's Friday, so I'm not gonna be going out of town today. I'll check to see if there's anything local, anything else local I can grab after I'm done with all that. If there's anything that's sticking out to me that makes sense, let's grab it. We can move some more cars around if we can, and plan on getting home. I'm gonna plan on leaving the truck at the parking spot, so I'm gonna either need to catch an Uber back home or get a ride. But it's Friday, so my family should be able to come and pick me up, which would be good because then I can get the stuff out of the truck. So, alright, we're gonna fight this traffic and get up to the next dealership. Let's do it. Okie dokie. Both trucks are dropped off. Let's get the Mustang back on the truck. We're gonna drop that one off, making fairly good time. It's 8:17, and I have to have a empty truck over across the other side of town in about an hour and 45 minutes. I think that we're probably gonna just make it. That's what I think. That's what I think. Yes, I know, my seatbelt's not on. Okay. Oh, these are hard to see. These are basically a pot. They're too low. Hard to see out the window. Let's get it right about there. And then strap her up and get out of here. Oh man, I nailed my timing this morning. I am 5 minutes away from the place that I set an appointment for 10 o'clock, and it is 9:55. So that's awesome. So we're gonna grab 2 from this repo yard, and then I've got another 1, and then we're gonna bring all 3 of those to the auction here in San Antonio, Manheim. And then we're gonna figure out what, I'm just gonna take a look. If there's stuff, local stuff to move around, we'll figure it out. I do need to go get the truck and trailer washed. When we were going over that construction site, there was like a truck was dropping some water down, so they're just keeping the pavement wet, but whatever was in it, it reminds me of, like, I used to live in New York. It reminds me of salt they used to put down. I don't know what was on it, but it made my trailer wicked dirty. And I don't know if it's corrosive, so we're gonna just get that cleaned off no matter what, before we drop the trailer off today. So, alright, let's get over to this place, which looks like it's right off of this road, and I'm not sure if you can drive in or not. I guess I better take to Google Maps. Let's find out. Oh yeah, they got parking right in front. Looked at Google Maps. Man, this job would be much more difficult without satellite view from Google, or from whoever you want to get your satellite from. I'm using Google Maps, probably just like everybody is, but I'm seeing some transporters right in the front. Looks like their fence is recessed a little bit, so let's see what they got cooking there. Hopefully there's a spot Well, I'm on my way to Manheim with one car because the other two fell apart. I'm supposed to pick up 2 cars at that yard. One of them wouldn't start. Tried the jump box, still wouldn't start. So
Now turn right.
I just don't take in-ops. It's just not worth. It's not worth it. And then the other one, the folks aren't answering. There's no information at all. So I had to can it because I'm not going to drive 20 miles for a place that's not answering. They're not answering their phone, and their mailbox is full. So I'm not gonna do that. So anyway, we're just gonna drop off this one, and then I gotta get that crud off of the truck. There's a blue beacon right south of Manheim here in San Antonio. So let's get this dropped, get the truck washed, and then we'll take another look-see and see what's up on the boards. Excuse me. If there's anything that looks decent, then we'll grab it. If not, let's put everybody back in parking for now.
In a quarter of a mile, use the left lane and keep left onto North Interstate 35.
Blue beacon. We're gonna hit that up right after we drop this truck off. Well, it's not a truck, it's a Chevy Trailblazer. It's actually a little SUV. Anyway, we are 1.5 miles from Manheim. Kind of sad I only have one to drop off, but it's Friday. When things like that happen, you just have to let them go.
In 1,000 feet, you will reach your destination. Reached your destination, Manheim, San Antonio, Texas. The destination is on your left.
Ooh, a lot of spots here today in Manheim, San Antonio. Let's park closest to the gate. Okay. Let's get this Trailblazer. Getting hot out again here. Texas summer. Ooh. This is not my favorite thing to do. Oh, at least this has some roof rails. Turtleback. Alright, starts. And it's got really good air conditioning. Alright, back her up. gas. We'll let it cool off. We'll do the inspection. Let's get the ramps up. Oh man. All right, let's bring her in. Ever delivered a car to Manheim, San Antonio? I don't think so. I think I've only ever picked up here. I don't think I've ever delivered one here. Where you going, bud? Yeah, definitely haven't ever delivered one here. First time for everything. Okay, we're at the wrong gate. We gotta go to gate 2, Bicentennial Street. Means I'm gonna be taking a walk. Okie dokie. Bicentennial Street. Well, suppose I should look that up on the Google before we head out. We said it's to the left. That means I'm gonna be hoofing it back to the truck. Alright, let's check to see where we need to be. There are a handful of trailer places out here in San Antonio. Okay, you've got a diesel. Ah, check in. Gate 2. There it is. That would have been good to know. I could have parked my truck here. Now I gotta walk back. Oh well. Okay. Let's get her checked in. Alright, we're all checked in. Right over this lane over here. Don't hit that guy. Oh, he'd be mad if I hit him. Okay. Right behind the Encore. Good. Alright, last one. Not by my choice, but it's the last one of the week. She didn't zip up the key. Oh, alright. Whatever. It's in. Let's walk back to the truck. Walking back. Now, this walk kind of sucks, but let me tell you why. It's not what you're thinking. It's not because of the heat. I'm actually kind of used to the heat, even though I'm complaining about it a little bit. I'm gonna give you some TMI. It's actually my underwear. I have like maybe 1 or 2 pairs of underwear that are not completely destroyed. And this pair that I put on this morning, just full of holes and it's ripped. And it's just rubbing up against my fat thighs and causing my thighs some distress. And of course, because it's 98 degrees, it's just all hot mayhem. I'm sure this is just everything you wanted to know. But hey, listen, it's part of car hauling, you know. Maybe I could buy some new underwear and make it a business write-off. What do you think, IRS? Get a hold of me, let me know. Actually, don't get a hold of me. I don't want to talk to you. I've talked to you before, and I don't want to talk to you again. Although something tells me I'm gonna be talking to you at some point. I got a lot of years left. We got a lot of diesel repair places over here. That's the third one right here. Peak Trailer Group, sales parts service. Wanted to check them out. There is a place right across from where I park the truck and trailer that also does trailers, and they'll repack your hubs and all that. So I'll probably try them when I'm ready to get my trailer hubs packed up and set, which I think it's every 30,000 miles, and somehow I'm halfway there, which is kind of unbelievable. There's Tug off in the distance. I've had the high idle on with the AC blasting, so even though it's 900 degrees out here in Texas, it should be about 24 degrees Fahrenheit inside the truck, which is gonna feel freaking great. Oh yeah, buddy. Oh man. Woo, it's nice and cold in here. All right. We're gonna go get a wash. Let's go get a wash. Oh, buddy. The beacon is busy today. We're gonna be here for a little while. Oh, I'm gonna grab some lunch out of the Dominic while we're waiting. Alright, the truck is all washed. Let's head up to the parking spot. Come on, GPS. Wow, I know where I'm going. I don't need a GPS. I live here.